Motivation. It's something that can be easily defined on paper. Just do that. It's right there. Just do it.
Do it! Just do it!
But in reality, there can be so much more that can go into it. It can not only be difficult to get motivated, but it can be even more difficult to stay motivated. There have been many times in my life where I feel motivated, productive, and focused, but there have been even more times in my life where I feel unmotivated, unproductive, and unfocused. So in this video, I want to talk about motivation, my experiences, some helpful tips, and one specific thing that changed everything for me. The first thing is to recognize that you're motivated and what might be the cause of it. You might just start out having an off week. You allow yourself some time off, telling yourself, well, I need a break. And taking a break isn't always a bad thing, but as the weeks pass by and you feel yourself continuing to take a break, you start to feel worse and then less motivated to start up again. Now, this is the time you have to acknowledge something is wrong, and the next step is diagnosing the reasons behind it. Why are you unmotivated? Well, is it because you've been doing the same thing for years and feel like you've reached all your goals? Or is it you're burnout because you feel like you've been trying the same thing with no results? Now, this has happened to me many times, and it's not always easy to get out of, but only when you acknowledge that you're unmotivated and start to find out the reasons behind why you feel the way you do is when you can truly start to fix it. Schedule. Productivity and accomplishment goes hand in hand with motivation. It's a bit of a snowball effect. The more you get done, the more accomplished you feel, and the more motivated you are to keep it up. But all that can be difficult if you don't have a schedule. Now, scheduling is going to give you a purpose and help build a structure on what you want to get done each day. A great way that can help establish what you want to get done is right before bed, make a list of what you want to accomplish the next day. This will do a few things. You'll have something physical to look at and be able to check each thing off as you accomplish it. But also it will be the last thing you do right before bed. Now, this will help ingrain it in your brain because it's the last thing you're thinking about. And it will be more likely to be the first thing you think about when you wake up in the morning. You can also make reminders in your phone so it can give you notifications to make sure you remember that specific thing or things you need to get done. And as you keep this up, you'll only feel more motivated as you feel more accomplished and have a higher sense of self-worth. Positivity. It is way too easy to become negative.
I can feel your anger.
And this can be a downfall. You miss your alarm, you miss a meal, you even miss your workout. You slowly become angry and negative, and this only carries over to the next day and the next. Slowly become depressed, negative, angry, and unmotivated, and this attitude will make you want to give up or not try at all. Now tell yourself, hey, it's okay. Today is a good day. I can do this. Life is good, and I'm going to be making the most out of it. Whatever you want to tell yourself, make it positive and make sure you have that healthy self-confidence so when you want to accomplish something, you can tell yourself, it's possible, I can do this. Now, positive reinforcement goes a long way in having a better attitude and being more motivated. Stimulation. Finding something that stimulates you mentally and physically. Now, getting in a rut is very common. You end up doing the same things every day. It's comfortable, it's easy, but your brain is on autopilot. Nothing is there to push you anymore. Nothing is exciting. It can be difficult to stay motivated when you reach the top of your mountain and it feels like you have nowhere else to climb. This is the time you look out and find a new mountain to climb and a new adventure to partake in. This is why it's important to do new things, exciting things, things that will stimulate you and bring life into your day or week. If your workouts are stale, find a new program. If you're lacking in nutrition, try a new recipe. Or if you feel stuck at home, make it a goal to go out on hikes in beautiful areas. Now, this attitude will help stimulate you and renew your passion to get out there and be productive and motivate you to stay busy and start enjoying every moment. Just imagine you enter a race. You get to the starting line and it begins. You start running, but slowly find out there are no markers, there's no guides, and there's no finish line. You continue to run around with no idea where you're going or where it ends. Would you feel motivated to continue, or would you rather just say, fuck this, and quit? Now, this is exactly what life can feel like if you have no goals. And this is exactly the reason why setting goals is so important. It gives you a finish line, a light at the end of the tunnel, and a purpose for why you're doing it in the first place. Now, try to set small, realistic goals that you can accomplish in a shorter amount of time that lead into longer, more difficult goals. The smaller goals are like the checkpoints, and the longer goal is your finish line. Now, setting those smaller goals will motivate you to keep moving forward, and the longer goal is the ultimate reward you're working for. And this isn't always easy because once you've reached the long-term goal, you might be a little lost as to where to go next. That's when you have to sit down and find out what else you want to accomplish in life. A new race, a new mountain, a new adventure. All these things put together will create one thing, and the one thing that changed everything for me, a habit. Now, there is this great quote that explains this very well. Being motivated gets you out of bed in the morning. Building a habit gets you out of bed every morning. Now, it's a force that slowly builds and one that will program you into being consistent even if you don't feel that motivated. But as powerful and positive as it can also equally be as negative. You can just as easily build bad habits if you're not careful. Now, try making a list of your bad habits you want to get rid of and good habits you already have or ones you want to work on. Now, this will be a great way to ensure you're always heading in the right direction. And introducing the previous steps will only help you slowly build those good habits, ones that will stay with you for the rest of your life. Now, all this will be very difficult, but just remember this one thing. The well-traveled path will always be the easiest, but the difficult and less traveled path will be a hell of a lot more rewarding. So that's it. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, dudes. If you did, make sure you leave a like. And if you want to leave your own motivational tips or your own motivational story in the comments below, please make sure to do that, and hopefully you can motivate someone else. So get out there, live your best life, and as always, stay buff.